Never lived in Sparta.
Welcome to Sparta, the Greek city where we love togas.
Hey, dude.
What is this? Your toga is not white.
I know. I left some pink socks in my wash.
Idiot. But anyway, today we're going to talk about
Total theatre and the sensory performances that happened, including my performance.
and my performance. So,
Your performance?
my sensory performance.
And the other two.
And the other two as well. Not just your performance, my performance, and the other two performances, one on the homeless and the other one on the camping trip.
Camping.
So, first of all, we're going to establish what is total theatre.
Total theatre.
Is it total because of the gods and Zeus? No! It's total because of our senses.
Senses.
And senses being
Hearing,
sight,
smell,
taste,
and touch.
So, basically, touch being feeling the things around you, sight being
Seeing stuff and sort of noticing around.
and usually in sensory performances they get rid of the light so you don't know where you are creating
Depending on the atmosphere.
on the atmosphere that you want to create, usually in more scary situations.
Yeah, and then taste. None of the performances use taste, but
It is quite a difficult one to use.
it is a difficult one to use, but you could use taste because taste is linked with smell, and people can feel like if you gave them like some dirty, like horrible tasting food, they'll feel more uncomfortable in a more uncomfortable place.
Definitely.
And then smell is
Obviously, straight up what it smells like.
and touch.
Touch, of course, your surroundings again. So
we're gonna link to all of these.
Yeah. The first one being which performance should we talk about first?
We'll talk
Greek
about
man's
the
Tian.
homeless. The homeless one. I believe the homeless one.
This was very interesting because the minute we started, they incorporated our sense of touch. That being that they told us to minimise the amount of clothes that we were wearing, so wear t-shirts and just trousers.
So you're colder, essentially.
Because they also opened up the windows, didn't they?
Yeah, they opened up the windows so you felt more. Well, it wasn't immensely cold.
Yeah.
But it was chillier, and you weren't as comfortable and comforted by your clothes.
And also with the chilledness as well, when they walked into the room and touched you to grab you, it made you feel vulnerable because you didn't feel necessarily as safe as you would if it was a normal theatre situation where they didn't break the fourth wall. That being the screen that you're watching this on.
Indeed. And then when we were in there, they were shining torches in our faces, and it was bright and it was uncomfortable. So that was playing with our sight, and it does make you feel uncomfortable and not welcome. Really.
No, not welcome and not vulnerable, because that's what they wanted to play with the homeless feature.
Yeah.
Another thing with sight is they also dimmed the lights, and they also played around with the light up on the walls, which created stars because they got these nice little green singular dots that went across the whole sort of roof.
Yeah.
And slightly onto the floor as well, which made us feel like we were outside. It was a night, it was starry. We felt, again, very, very vulnerable because we didn't feel safe. We were in a situation that we didn't want to be in.
Yeah, and with the touch, again, indeed, touch, thank you for that. Not only did they put sort of rubbish, litter, and sort of very objects that are very sensitive when you touch, like if you touch newspaper, it's a very defined feeling, and it's all rubbish. It makes you feel not at home. It makes you feel like you're on the street.
Definitely.
And like you are the shit that's on the street as well, and they treated you like that because they did physically touch us. They were sort of pushing us around and moving us, and it wasn't pleasant.
And also, they used they used a box in the corner that they forced us into, or one of the audience members into,
like you were living
and they
inside
made them stay in there, and they screamed and they shouted at them like they were dirt, and that's what they wanted to create, a dirty, horrible feeling for you that you weren't comfortable with.
One of the other things, like do you remember when they were on their mobile phones? Whatever mobile phones are, we live in Greece. What are mobile phones?
What are mobile phones? BC, I don't know about these things.
But yeah, no. When they were on their telecommunications,
Yes.
and they were walking around and sort of just like, excuse me, move out the way, please, and get out the way. And it got more and more violent and rough. Like they at first you felt like I'm in the way, sorry, but I can't move. I have nowhere else to go, which is really a homeless feeling. But then as they got more violent, sort of like, get out of the way, you're in the way, just move. It was like you really felt like crap, like you weren't wanted there.
Yeah, exactly, not wanted. There was one little thing that probably criticised that piece as well, was the use of music, because unless you knew the relevance of the music and what the music was really about, you didn't really understand the piece. Like me, myself, I didn't really understand the music until we had the small discussion in class.
Yeah, I didn't understand it because there was that man's voice in the background as well,
and
about going to Australia and stuff like that, and I thought maybe we were on a boat like slaves or something.
Exactly.
And when I first walked in, I had the idea that all the rubbish on the floor they were going to use for sound effects, and they were meant to have a black light, but it just wouldn't work. That's why I intentionally thought I didn't link straight to homeless, because of the way they introduced it. But overall, I would have said that performance was good, but could have been improved by maybe
probably
more props. I would have said, because it felt really spaced out and enhancing
the sense of sight by taking it away completely with very minimal light.
I was very much aware that I was in that room.
Yeah, exactly, and then also taking away or enhancing the sense of hearing and probably also smell as well, because the smell was
maybe even taste. Like if they got, I know it's extreme, maybe, but something like dog food. Like, please don't feed me dog food. That'd be horrible.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but like that is essentially, I don't know. I've never been homeless, but like if there is a night and you have no food, dog food maybe is like you would eat trash essentially, because you need to survive. And that would be something edible, but something that would make you feel like sick. Like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to eat this.
Exactly. So, kind of rounding that all off, it was a great performance, but just needed enhancing more to give us more of that total theatre feeling, wasn't it?
It was.
So,
it was
the next performance we're going to be talking about is the camping trip.
But hold there. You're going to have to wait for that on video 2 of the Men in Togas.
Fighting Sparta now!